when you move to a new city, I feel like there's something that people don't really think about, or maybe they do think about, but don't really deep it. The fact that when you get to that new city, you have no friends. Angie has no friends. My name's Angie. I am Angie and I have no friends. Jingle 없어요. That's Korean, by the way, for I have no friends. And I'm not shy to admit it, but here's a few things I've been doing so far to try and help me change that. Because I'm an extroverted person and I like to have friends. And I would really like to make friends right now. I like to build a community of some nice girlies that I can go out with on the weekdays or the weekends. And just people that I can, I guess, bond with. Yeah, I need girlies again. Just a bit of backstory in case you don't know, because I'm a stranger on the internet. I moved from the UK to the US in February, and now it's May. It's been 3 months now of me being in the US, and yeah, I don't really have friends at the moment, and that's okay. Because guess what? I will make friends. I will make friends. And that's part of what I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready to go out to make some friends. So if you're new to a city and you're trying to think about like what your next moves should be, how to get yourself out there and not be lonely and alone, then keep watching. Okay, number one. The first thing I did was download events apps. I've actually had Eventbrite, I believe. One of the two I already had on my phone, but then I also downloaded Meetup. That's another like social event type app, and essentially a bunch of hosts plan social events. That's as simple as that. There's people that plan events, all types of events, from like board games to like wine tasting, to just like a bar hangout, which is what I'm going to right now. I'm already late, but it's fine. It's going on till 11 p.m. So right now it's 9. I should really get ready. But based on my experience, a lot of these things go on throughout the night. And I'll actually talk about that because it doesn't have to be a night thing. If you're like me, that, you go out alone. My sister is a bit of a couch potato. So a lot of the time, I go out by myself. So actually, that should be my number 2. After you've downloaded a social event app like Meetup or Eventbrite or Fatsoma, and you found an event, now you have to get comfortable with going out alone. Like I mentioned, I'm an extrovert, and besides that, I've been single for over 3 years now. 3 years, I can't believe it. So I'm kind of used to going out by myself and doing things by myself, even back in Manchester. So this isn't really new to me. Like going out by myself and, socializing by myself is not really new to me. Getting thirsty. So, if you're someone who's looking to make friends and you move to a new city alone, but you're kind of shy and you don't really like to go out alone, or you're too anxious or nervous, I would say the first step is to get over it. Yeah, that might sound like harsh, but I think you need to get over it. I don't want to sound too harsh. I don't want to, because not everyone's extroverted. But you have to make friends for you to have friends to go out with. Okay? And let's start with one. Let me not even say friends. You need to make a friend, because I know it's a lot easier to have like an anchor when you go out, right? Especially at night as a woman. And of course, be careful out there. It depends on where you've moved to, right? You know, some cities, some states, some countries are safer than the others. So of course, bear that in mind, but you were born into this world alone, and chances are you will likely die alone. So, yeah, not to scare you, but you need to like really try and start learning to do things alone. It's going to be so hard at first, but then you just get used to it. Because like even me, as extroverted as I am, as much as I've gone out by myself a lot, back in Manchester, the first night I went out by myself here at night, I was kind of anxious. But yeah, I kind of just shook it off because, yeah, safety first, as long as you're like very conscious. Don't drink too much, of course. Take the Uber if you can, you know, afford to. Get in like a taxi, something that's like verifiable, like Ubers or Lyft, something that has like a track record, not some random, don't flag down some random taxi, especially like at night. Don't flag down some random cab on the street, please. I wouldn't recommend that. But yeah, get an Uber, get a Lyft to and from wherever you're going to. That's like safety tip, you know, number one that I would definitely give. And don't drink too much, that's number two. And three, you know, when you get drinks, make sure you finish it before you like go to the toilet. Don't leave your drinks out in public for anyone to like spike or whatever. Just be really conscious of your surroundings, right? Be mindful of the people around you. Have good intuition. Does that person look a bit dodgy? Maybe don't go talk to them. You know what I mean? Even girls, this isn't like limited to men. You know, girls can be predatory too. So yeah, so as long as you're being safe, I would really, really, really encourage you to try and go out alone. I know, like I said, it's not easy. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm panting. It's because I'm trying to do this as quickly as possible because I'm already late. And what happens when you get to events like this and you go too late? I don't know. I feel like people are already getting too drunk and then you don't really meet the best type of people there. So I'm trying not to go when it's too late. But yeah, that's number two. Go out by yourself. You need to start practicing to go out by yourself. Number three, don't be shy to tell people that you want to be friends. I know, it takes you back to like school, maybe like primary school where you like might get bullied for trying to make friends or, oh, she has no friends. Yes, I have no friends. Sue me. I have no friends. Okay, I feel like everything sounds better with context. I have no friends by itself sounds bad. I have no friends because I've just moved to a new city. Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad, does it? Like, how many people move somewhere and bam, 2 seconds, 2 days, 2 weeks, even 2 months, even 2 years maybe. How many people would just automatically like build a good friend group? Not many. So like, it's not something to be shy about. It might be embarrassing the first few times, but I go as far as to say directly to people, yeah, I'm trying to be friends. I'm trying to make friends. I've made a few so far. There are a few girls. I would say there are 3 girls so far that I can potentially be friends with. And 2 of them I actually met on a night out. One of them is my neighbor. We actually met coincidentally at TJ Maxx. She got out of an Uber and went into TJ Maxx, whereas I was in TJ Maxx calling an Uber to go home. She says to me, oh, she likes, like, I think she said I look nice or something. And I was like, oh, thank you. And because she said hi to me and, you know, said I look nice, I was like, oh, I should ask for her help because I had so much stuff to carry. So I was like, I bought too much. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry to ask this, but could you help me get some of my stuff into the car? And she was like, oh yeah, sure, I don't mind. And then we walk out of TJ Maxx and she's like, oh, what's your Uber number? Like, where's your Uber? I look at the app and she's like, she points at it. She's like, is it that one? I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, that's the Uber I just got out of. Isn't Isn't that crazy? Isn't that some kind of like what's it called, invisible string type shit, like serendipity type moment? Like what are the odds, you know, that she walks into TJ Maxx, I'm there, you know, trying to like get bags into bags, so I have less bags to carry, and she says she likes like my makeup, or like she thinks I'm cute or something, she thinks I'm pretty. I say thank you, and she already walked away, by the way. She already walked away, and I was like, by the way, can you please help me like get a bag or two? You know, just give me a hand to get this into the Uber. She was like, yeah, sure. So she was very nice, and then once she like got the things into the Uber for me, I was like, oh, thank you so much, you know. And then I did a quick intro because she seemed lovely. So I was like, you know, I just moved here. That's why I'm doing all this shopping. And she's like, oh yeah, okay. And I was like, you know, do you live around here? How long have you lived here? And then she was smiling, and I was like, oh, I'm looking to make like some friends. And then she was like, oh, okay. I think she said, and yeah, I don't know. I don't remember how it went, but yeah, essentially, I basically said, yeah, I'm looking to make friends. And she's like, yeah, sure. That she actually has also been thinking about like intentionally making, you know, good girlfriends. So that was how, like, you know, we exchanged numbers, and we've hung out, I think, 3 times now, which is nice. And then the other 2 girls that I think, you know, could potentially be like my friends, we could actually be good friends, I met on a night out as well. I went to like a rooftop type thing from Eventbrite, or Meetup is one of them. And yeah, they were there for like a language exchange type event. I was there for the social, like hangout type event. They ended up staying longer after their language learning, and that's how we met. I was walking around introducing myself, talking to people, talking to boys, talking to girls, and I just ended up bumping into them, and we spoke. We ended up going to like the next bar together, and then clubbing. It was nice. So yeah, and I said the same thing to this girl. So I'm new, I'm actually looking to make some girlfriends. We exchanged numbers. I created a group chat on Instagram, and that's where we talk. So, and you know, with those 2 girls, I've actually hung out with them, I believe, 3 times as well. So yeah, we actually went to like a bouncy castle thing last weekend. I say this to say, long story short, you have to put yourself out there. Like, even when I met another girl through these girls, after we had dinner, I was like, by the way, you know, I hope I see you again. I'm trying to make friends. You might think it's embarrassing, and it probably, the first few times you say it, you probably will feel some kind of way, like, oh, you're begging to be friends. And no, you're not. Like, you're just putting yourself out there, and you might be surprised. Some people want to be friends. Some people want to make friends. You know, some people are lonely out there. You just never know. Just because someone has been living somewhere for ages doesn't even mean they have like a good friend group. So yeah, don't underestimate the fact that there's people out there who are lonely or alone and just want to meet people as well, whether or not they're new to a city. So yeah, that's definitely good advice that I will share. Ask them if they want to be friends. There's even a girl at work. there's a girl at work that I've been like trying to be friends with, and I've even teased myself while she was there. I was like, oh yeah, you know, this girl, I'm gonna call her Hallie. I was like, oh yeah, Ali doesn't want to be friends with me or something like that. Like, Hallie has a book club, but I don't read books, so she doesn't want to be friends with me. Yeah, just like as a joke. And she's like, no, that's not what it is. We should definitely hang out. She still hasn't asked me to hang out, by the way. But like, I will still try again. I will still try again, like, because you can't be shy about these things, because you have to see it like this. These people already have their own what's it called, their own friendship group, so of course they're not going to be like jumping at the idea to be your friend. They don't know you like that. You're the one who will have to like make the effort. You're the one who would have to like properly put yourself out there, and make it known, make it heard that you want to be friends. So even if they don't really take you up on your offer the first time or the second time, don't give up. You can't give up. Just like keep trying, and obviously don't be a beg. Don't be desperate. But what I mean by keep trying is that keep being around them. Like even with the girls I went to the bouncy castle with, that I said that it was the third time we hung out. I was the one who like reached out again, by the way. The time before I reached the time, I can't speak English. The last time I reached out, it was to like go to a cafe, and then I reached out again this time to do something, and we ended up going to a bouncy castle because they had planned that already before I reached out, by the way. Them two already planned it. So yeah, you can't be, how do I even say this? You can't be concerned or worried or upset that people, make plans without you or don't include you in their plans. You go to them. You're the one who needs friends, remember? They're fine, They, especially if they're like a duo or a trio who've already like made their own like friendship circle, and you're trying to like get into the friendship circle. You're the one who's going to have to work hard. I went to this mixer last weekend and I met some girls in the bathroom. Favorite place to meet people, isn't it? The girls' bathroom. I love that podcast as well. And we actually bonded over the fact that we're speaking to each other in the bathroom and how good girls' relationships are in the bathroom. And I mentioned the girls' bathroom podcast, and they were like, "Oh my god, I listen to a lot of British podcasts," and they also like the girls' bathroom podcast. This brush is shedding. I bought this on Amazon. Not happy about that. Anyway, so yeah, we bonded up the fact that they also listen to the girls' bathroom podcast, and now this girl has invited me to her birthday party. I thought it was like kind of strange because I just met her, but I was like, yeah, sure, maybe she's just that kind of person that's like very open, and very like freely inviting people to her birthday party. I don't think I'm someone who would invite a stranger to my birthday party, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, invite me to something less intimate. No. She's bumped me up the friend circle. She's bumped me up on the friend level, so I'm not gonna be like, deal. I'm not gonna be like, no, but it's your birthday, it's special. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go. So yeah, that's all the advice I have for you. If you're trying to make friends, don't be shy. Do your best. Put yourself out there. And yeah, you're going to find your people, your circle. Stay safe. Let your personality shine. If you don't want to go to night events, take it like, do little steps. You can go to day events, like there's events during the day, like board games or trivia nights or comedy shows sometimes, or like in the evening. So it doesn't have to be nighttime thing, it doesn't have to be nighttime things. But anyway, why is the camera panning to my outfit? Do I look cute? I'm kind of late, I need to start heading. But yeah, I hope you guys found this useful. Let me know, and let me know if you want me to make more videos about my move to the US, if there's anything in particular you want to know, or if you just want to know how I'm getting on. Why would you care? But I'm trying to be more present online. It's been quite hard, you guys. My job is it's quite tasking. Yeah, that's the word. It's not stressful yet, but I feel like it's going to get there. And I'm someone that is like passionate about what I do, so I tend to take it seriously. And sometimes I think about work even when I'm not at work. Like if there's a problem at work I've been meaning to solve, I'll think about it even whilst I'm going to bed. It's kind of strange, but I've always kind of been like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, drop a comment. like the video, share with one or more of your friends who is moving or looking to make friends. I don't know. Should a quick outfit check. Should we do it? Trying to like show you guys my outfit, but you probably can't even see it. Thank you for watching. My name is Angie. I'll see you again next week. I'll show you my final look. Okay, bye bye. What do you guys think? Think I look alright? Alright, I'm really late, so gotta go. Bye bye.